Welcome back, outlaws, and welcome to the channel, all you square body lovers. Today's big adventure will be something everybody hates. The candidate for our ride today will be this beautiful 86 Silverado, four-wheel drive, short wheelbase, beautiful little rig. Today we're gonna handle something that all mechanics hate. Straight to the point, y'all. We're gonna be rewiring this whole girl, everything, bumper to bumper. We're gonna touch everything that is electrical on this old girl. And we're gonna try to get it to run a little bit better. Beautiful little rig. Show y'all some of the stuff we're gonna be doing to it. We're gonna be addressing this 30 some odd years of nastiness. People adding stuff and cutting into stuff and chopping stuff up. Like every 1986 vehicle, it's probably been through a bunch of hands, and every time somebody puts their hands on it, it seems to leave a bird nest behind. So that's kind of what we're gonna address. We're gonna try to get this thing a little more efficient, a little pretty, clean all this nastiness up, get us some good grounds, get them a good start to this restoration. Y'all hang around. It'll be a little bit different today. No single calves, no classics, just good old square body love. Y'all hang on. All right, y'all, we're gonna go ahead and get started. First thing I like to do when I do these projects, right before I disconnect the battery, is kind of backtrack everything. Go through the whole system, see what works, see what doesn't work. Find things like this, see what the hell that goes to. Why was it done like that? You know, just get a basic of what's going on before we start tearing stuff apart. Next thing I like to do is come in here and pull the seat out. Pull the seat out, pull the mat off the floor, pull the kickers out, and then it's just gonna kind of give me an idea what's going on. The first thing, without the seat, will give me room to move because I'm kind of old and I don't feel like crunching up in that tight space. But once the seat's removed and the mat's removed, I can kind of see which wires have been run underneath the mats. There's always these old speaker wires, you know, one time or another, somebody will come in, throw some jam in there, cut up the truck. You know, not these guys, but probably 2 or 3 owners ago. So I want to kind of get an idea of what's going on, see what every switch is for. Kind of get an idea, all the holes here. See that? That just tells me somebody's been in here 1,000 times. See that? You know, so I want to know what's going on, what's working, what's not working. This is gonna be some of the things we're gonna put in it. A little radio, and we're gonna be using, of course, American Auto Wire. Best harness around for me. I've used a few painless. I like them. They're okay, but I've used 3 of these, and this is my favorite. These guys really got a good little system. I like using them. Comes all laid out. Good, nice instructions. I mean, it's pretty, I don't want to say it's simple, but if you know, follow instructions and you can read, you can probably figure it out. Everything's kind of labeled. Nice packaging, step by step, walk you right through it. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take this seat out. Get the seat out. Get the dash cluster off. Get to where we can see what everything's connected to, and then start disconnecting stuff. All right, here we go. Okay, now we got our seat off, got our dash cover off. Now we can kind of see what we got going on. Ratness. Ratness. If y'all can see, I can focus on that, but it's another big ratness. Now about pulling the floor out, we can kind of start seeing where all these wires go. All the old speaker wires at one time or another. What the hell that was, God knows. We're gonna figure that out. Untape everything. Trace everything back. Figure out where these old speaker wires go to. Get rid of that. There should be a white and yellow courtesy light in here. What? That's an extension cord. What? Looks like somebody wired an extension cord to a speaker wire going up, probably down to that speaker. Damn, y'all. That's the kind of shit. That's why you gotta take this all apart. Think that speaker wire is solid all the way through and through, but nah. Some kuyon and spliced in the extension cord. Good job, B. So that's our next thing. We're gonna start cutting tie straps, get all this stuff back, trace everything out, get us a map of what's going on, and then open up our kit and start kicking it. Hold on. Well, let me tell you, if you wired this truck like this and you're watching this video right now, a personal message from me to you: you're a special kind of stupid, my boy. You're a special kind of stupid. Watch this video very good before you try to wire your next truck. All right, we got our dash cluster out. This is the Dakota Digital. These wire in a little bit different. Looks like the last guy, well, put this in. So we're gonna take everything apart, make sure everything's labeled, take all our factory wires back out. One thing to always remember when you're using these American Auto Wire units, it doesn't come with any air conditioner or heating wiring, so you have to use your factory wiring, and they supply you with a 12-volt battery feed for that set. So we're gonna be careful to reuse all our stuff. We're gonna check all our connections, make sure they're good. But yeah, all right, and we're gonna start taking this process out. Got our old factory wires out. That was a little bit of a fight. Got all this kind of cleaned up. That's the remnants. Got our engine bay kind of cleaned up a little bit too. Starting to pull all that out. Getting ready to go back in. All right, we're gonna get ready and start going through our kit. First thing I like to do when I start something like this is read the instructions, of course. I read every word 2 or 3 times. If you can tell by the binder on this little pamphlet, I've gone through her a few times. It's pretty self-explanatory. It kind of lays it all out for you. All the wiring circuits are individually packed, so you have a kit for everything. Kit for your headlights, kit for your instrument cluster, kit for your rear of your vehicle. The main harness comes like that. Real cool. What I like to do is add a little tape here and there. If you see where these instructions lay out, it kind of gives you a real cool schematic of where everything goes. Real self-explanatory. I like to add a little tape and a little protection on all these wires. The factory doesn't do it, and it kind of leave it for yourself. That's what we're gonna be doing next. Putting in the main harness. Once we put the main dash harness in, then we follow instructions, and it sends us to the back of the vehicle where we're gonna do the rear. Then the front headlights, then the main engine bay, which I love to do. That's my favorite part, the end. But it all kind of lays it all out. Take your time. If you can turn a few wrenches and read a few instructions, this is a pretty easy thing to do. I love doing them. A lot of mechanics hate it, and I can understand why. It's real labor intense, and it's a head scratcher too, because it'll get you thinking. This kit came with a Dakota dash, so I was lucky enough to have instructions that the previous owner left with the vehicle. Thank you. That's gonna make it a little easier. Also, the biggest asset you have when you're doing wiring is this little thing right here, your phone. Take some pictures, y'all. Take some pictures. Your memory is not gonna be that great. You're gonna do a lot of things. So I take a picture of everything through the whole process, and I refer to my notes so I get lost. All right, so now we're gonna get started. We're gonna take our instructions. We're gonna tape up, kind of clean up, put our main harness in some protective wraps, and start installing that. All right, here we go. Okay, now we got our new wiring harness ready to go in. And that's all I've done was kind of tape this up. Makes it so much easier to get to your plugs. Makes it easier to lock into these factory little clips. All right, if you notice from the factory, it's kind of how Chevrolet did it too. It's a lot easier to keep your wires together, a lot easier to keep them all in the cluster and all locked in place. These old GMs have all these clips to hold your harness every spot. So now what we're gonna do, screw this one in, start running our wires where they're gonna need to go, start plugging things up. All right, here we go. Another cool thing, guys, if you ever really get lost with this harness, American Auto Wire labels everything. So I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but every single wire is labeled. Tells you exactly where they go, exactly what they're for. I mean, they make this kit really hard to mess up. I'm sure, you know, some of us can do it, but it's pretty simple, man. It's very hard to get lost. All right, let's get this boy now. All right, as y'all can see, we got our fuse box in. Got our wiring harness all bolted in, wired up. Everything on the dash is done. Our Dakota dash is all wired in. We're gonna go ahead and slide that in. And then we're gonna move to the rear body harness, which is always fun. We're gonna connect our bulkhead in the front and then start running all our wires and then rewire every light on this truck. All right, here we go. All right, y'all, now we're gonna be installing our rear body kit. And this is kind of what I like to do with every wire that's going to be exposed to the elements. You know, now we're outside the cab, so we're going to try to protect it a little bit different. I like to use this nice little loom stuff, pretty cool. And I'll wrap it with this rubber tape. It looks a lot like factory tape. So I'll show you what it is. It comes like this, kind of stretching, sticks on itself but doesn't stick to you. Real handy. It's something that the factory uses. I get it with the wire loom kits, and I love it. Clean, clean, clean. Works way better than tape. Doesn't have that sheen tape has, so it doesn't dry out and it lasts so much longer. So now what we're gonna do is come in here, plug that rear kit into the box, and start running it to the back. We'll run that to the back. In the middle right here, we're gonna drop our sending unit line, and then when we get to the back, I'll show you guys how we're gonna do all the bulbs and all the turn signals and all that stuff. All right, here we go. Now we got to the back of the vehicle. We got our wires all run through the frame. We got our harness ready to go in. This kit comes with all new pigtails for everything: signal lights, park light, reverse lights, everything. Comes with all the different connections. So we're gonna sit down and we're gonna follow the map, make all the connections, all our new bulbs in. And once all this is finished, we head to the front. All right, here we go. Now we got the front going on. Y'all can kind of see where that plugs up. Looking a little cleaner. Get that running in the back. Comes down to our new headlights, new grounds. Alright. That's kind of how we do that. I'll show y'all before we tie all this up some of your options when you're laying this stuff out. I try to have everything in a loom. You know, even when the loom splits out, I'll put some of that tape. Sometimes we'll heat shrink the ends. Sometimes we'll tape the ends. But I always like to close them up. I like heat shrink. I like what it does. I like the effect. It looks better than the tape to me, but the tape lasts longer. It's more pliable. It's that rubber. This will dry rot after a while. It takes a little while, but it does. So that's about it. We got a couple more wires left to do on the front, and then we're jumping into the engine, which is my favorite because we get to fix all these grounds. We're gonna be changing the plug wires while we're there, tuning on the carburetor a little bit. So it's gonna be a whole new truck ready to go. All right, next. All right, guys, we got our engine stuff done. Got our new plug wires all done. Re-stabbed that distributor, make them looking all pretty. I like laying them all 4 at a time, 4 each way. Got all our power done. All clean. Redid all our air conditioning lines. Got all our engine harness done. Y'all can see all that. Got our bulkhead all finished up. Got everything wired up. Got our new connections on the battery. I like to put the marine connections. It's a little quicker disconnect. Just a little cleaner look. And now we're gonna turn the key and see what we got. Hopefully it should fire up. It's been sitting a little while. Hey, all right. We're gonna check out gauges. Tax working. Speedo's working. Fuel pressure. Volt's working. All pressure's working. Temp's working. Tank's on. Hey, we got a dome light. Hey. All right. We'll put the headlights on and see what we got. Our bright indicator works. Sounding good. Oh yeah. That's what I like to see. Lit up like a Christmas tree. Yeah. Alright. Try some signals. Alright. Yeah. Talk about a good feeling seeing that flashing. Alright. Gauges are coming up. Everything looks good. Let's see if the air conditioning works. Oh yeah. Alright. Not bad for a first fire up, y'all. We got a few more things we're gonna do for this old girl before we put it all back together. We got a new dash pad coming. We got a new heater core coming. And before I put the seat back in, put the dash on, I'm definitely gonna get that old heater core out. Since we got it this far down, we just assume knock it out while it's there. And that's about it. That's gonna wrap up this video. Cause I'm not gonna bore y'all with putting that old nasty heater core in. That's a shit job. I kinda hate it, but we're gonna get it done. Thank y'all for hanging out this long. I'm sorry this video is so long, but it takes it sometimes. All right, y'all. Thank y'all. See y'all on the next one.